Just to quickly go over these integration questions, you know that in the exam there is only straightforward integration. There's no integration by substitution. So the first one, it won't tell you this in the exam. You've got to realize this is anti-differentiation, which basically means we're starting with f dash and trying to work out what f is. And we're doing that, remembering always to get a plus c, and that's what this is about. That looks sort of, difficult and looks like it's going to cause you problems, but it's just telling us when x equals e, y is equal to 2e. E is just a number, so about 2.7. So if this had said f of 2.7 equals 5.4, you wouldn't have had too many problems with it. So don't let these letters confuse you. So first of all, this is an integration question. And you mustn't be integrating anything that doesn't look like the formula book. And really, the only relevant formula book entry here is the integral of x to the n. We add 1 to the power and divide by it. The other one, well, I'll save the other one. So how do we do that? We must integrate a fraction. And so we say that is 6x over 3x plus 1 over 3x. So I'm not hurrying here. I'm not thinking to myself, I've got to integrate. I'm not integrating until I'm happy. That is just 2. And that is 1 over 3x. Now I'm going to integrate that, so I can just immediately write y down. Notice I'm writing these things. There's a lot of students who just skip this. They'll just have that's equal to that, it's equal to that, it's equal to this, and you say, what, 2 is equal to 2x? No, write what you're doing. Why is that? Now how do I integrate 1 over 3x? The temptation is, you think to yourself, okay, I'm going to use this formula here. Not easy to deal with this 3 here. What you should be thinking is it is a third times 1 over x. Now 1 over x can be written as x to the minus 1. And then you can use this formula, add 1 to the power, 0. Divide by 0, you're not allowed to divide by 0. So that is not how you do it. The key to it, and this is such a common thing, is to realize there is another formula book entry, 1 over x. When you integrate 1 over x, you get logarithm of x, natural logarithm. And so this one here is the integral of this awkward third. So the way I think of it is, I think of it as that. I'm going to integrate that, which means I'm going to take the third out of the integral and write that. 1/3 of the integral of 1 over x, and that's a third of line x. So that is 1/3 of the integral of 1 over x. Okay, now this is a moment where it tells us that, I remember the plus c, and it tells us that f of e is equal to 2e. So I'm going to put e into the x value and 2e into the y value. So that is 2e plus a third of line e plus c. Line e is the logarithm base e of e, so that is 1. The 2e's cancel and I get c equals minus a third. And so I can write the answer out as that. That is the original y that when I differentiate it, I get this, and I also know it goes through that. Okay. Now the next one, I'm going to use my calculator to work out what on earth's going on. Find the area between the y-axis, the x-axis, and y equals 3 cos x. So I plot it. And it's clearly this area in the gap here. The x-axis to y-axis and 3 cos x, so it's this little area in here, which I can do straight away on the calculator if I know this point here, but you should just know that point. However, about half the students will have made an error already, and that is because, are we in radians or degrees? It doesn't say in the question anywhere, but it is absolutely in radians, because all calculus is always in radians. Differentiation, integration, always in radians. My calculator is set to radians, so I'm just going to do a G-solve, go across to integrate, and it sits there waiting for you to type the lower one in, 0, and the upper bound is where it crosses the axis here, which is 90 degrees, so I will put pi divided by 2, because I'm in radians, and it tells me the answer is 3. To do it by hand, you would have to realize, you should be able to sketch the cos curve, know that it goes through pi by 2. This is the area they're talking about. Therefore, the integral from 0 to pi by 2 of 3 cos x dx is the answer. Now, even if you were using the calculator, you must write this down. You get points for this. If you just write the number 3 down as your final answer, they don't know how you did it. It may be a guess, maybe some trial and error method, who knows? If you write this down, you're saying how you did it. Remember, you can do that on your calculator, either in this nice graphical way, or go to menu 1, press maths, and go across to integration, just type it all in, dead easy. If you're doing it by hand, then I could take the 3 out, but I'm just going to not let it interfere with my integration. We always integrate into square brackets, and you integrate cos x to get sin x, that's on the formula book. Then square brackets go to round brackets when you put the limits in, so I'll put pi by 2 in, 3 sine of pi by 2, take away 3 sine of 0. Sine of pi by 2 is 1, so that is 3.